of the To Be Named podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're right about an intro. Do you want to kind of go with the narrative about us like taking the friendship out of the chat, or just like?
Well, I think you should lead that because you're the one who observed it.
That's true. So how long have we known each other? I mean, I don't want the exact math. So we say just it's going on 20 years. It's nearing 20. I think it might be more than 15.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were at school together,
but did not know each other.
No. And I don't even know if I saw you around, you know.
Did I?
How
did I? I just literally knew my year, and that was it.
Yeah. Actually, I knew some of the year above me, but only because the best looking guys were in that year. And maybe the year above them because I knew people who lived locally to me and they were in that year.
Okay.
But I only knew them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I kept like the lowest of profiles. Like I just hung around with who I hung around with, and like that was it. I knew people.
This way forward.
I know some of the kids from like the younger years, and that would have been through like athletic stuff. But apart from that, that was it, man. So we didn't have like any. There was no chances to mingle or anything like that. And also, I lived like 20 seconds from school, so there was no journey home action either. Like I could legit see what lesson was it? I can't remember. Geography classroom from my bedroom. Like, so I missed out on that bit.
No, you didn't. That's long. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the real acknowledgement of each other would probably have been when you and Kay moved in together.
Yes. Did we not? Yeah, because there wasn't really a hangout before then, was there? Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, that was 2003.
You did the math, not me.
Wow. Oh my God, so that is 20 years. Okay, we're done with the math lesson today. So 20 years in. How many holidays have we done? We've done a couple.
Yes.
Countless nights out.
Yes. Well,
I say countless.
Nights in. Countless nights in.
Yes, because I didn't like outside.
A few nights
Many
out.
nights in, a few nights out.
Yeah.
So again, like I just had this realization that I could probably count on one hand how many times we'd have a conversation on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't talk on the phone. I was like, that is wild considering how close we are.
I know.
And how much we know about each other, how we feel about each other, and the impact that we have on each other's lives. But again, 3 phone calls, maybe. Like,
do you know the most memorable phone call that we had was actually during the pandemic.
My breakdown. Is that my breakdown?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you had.
That's the call that I can remember. Yeah. And you were just
maybe we've had more calls then. They just merged into one. And I say merge into one in a nice way because the one I remember lasted for about 4 hours.
Shit.
Yes, I finished a whole bottle of Prosecco.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like hanging out in my garden and just chatting.
God, was that in the pandemic? Those 2 or 3 years are just a myth. They've completely ruined the timeline. I don't know what's going on. I remember that, though. That was cute.
That was funny.
I loved that place you're in. That was so nice.
Me too.
Oh, and that's when I learned about your, how you feel about preheating the oven. Like, I swear, it was like preheating for like half of that cool.
Yeah. It's got to be hot when you put the food in.
I mean,
that's what it says. If you read the instructions, they always say
instructions
preheat to
me.
Yeah.
No. Literally, turn it on and it goes preheat. It's almost like it was a foreign concept.
How can you time it? How can you time it if you don't? If it says it takes 20 minutes to cook, but it asks you to preheat the oven, so how do you know when it's cooked?
I don't read the instructions. Like I have it. I can do it by eye. It's like, yeah, that looks like salmon that is gone. Let's go.
Or just before, because I need to lose some weight over the next 2 weeks. Just take a chance.
Yeah, okay, so those two calls but I remember there was the one that I can remember. I think you were in the bar still at the time, and I'm sure you said the water had gone cold, and I was just having one of my,
oh my God,
this is terrible. What am I going to do? And you just really just pulled me back from over the cliff. I do
remember that. That was probably 2021.
Ow.
And I only know that because I was actually at Matt's house and I was staying there on my own, and I was enjoying the bath there.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I thought you moved. That
was before I moved.
Wow. I really thought you had moved by then. Okay, see the timeline, it makes no sense.
I know. But saying that though, that's only in the last 3 years. The two biggest conversations that we've had on the phone have been in the last 2 years.
So we've had
times where we've been on virtual.
We were in our personal development.
Yeah.
Kick. Those are good times, man.
They were, but then they always went off on tangent because we'd end up just chatting about randomness.
It's because we don't see each other enough.
I know.
We're in each other's lives every day because the group chat it pops. But we don't get the FaceTime that we want.
No, and that's where you really feel the energy. That's probably why, maybe we're just dangerous.
Two dangerous clowns, though. Was it two murderous clowns?
Yeah, two murderous clowns. I do think that's the best gif ever.
Really is. We're keeping that.
Yeah. You find the best ones. They're just so relevant, and you're just actually when you send gifs, I'm just like, oh, that's exactly it. That just,
It's a gift that I can't monetize.
I bet you could, though. I bet there's a way of you just having conversations with people via gifs.
I could absolutely do that. But that person has to be in that same kind of wavelength. Otherwise, they're looking at me like, how old are you? There are some people that are dead against that sort of stuff, like gifs and emojis. And, that's how I live.
Yeah, they also probably don't have a smartphone, so we don't have to worry about them. Just sending letters via pigeon. It's all good.
Oh my God. Morse code.
And we're like,
Exactly. So that's kind of I think where we got the idea of this podcast, I guess. Just getting to know each other a bit better. But I don't know, all of our conversations typically tend to get, quite deep, and which is fine. That's just how we are.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the original concept was about finding joy and being sort of living in gratitude and all of that sort of stuff. And that's great. But I was just thinking, why don't we just create the joy? Let's just have the fun. That deep stuff is always there. Life is lifing right now. All the time.
Never stops. There's not a pause button on that.
Let's just have an hour where we can just come together, chat a whole lot of foolishness, and then get on with it.
Tapped out afterwards, we'll be like, all the joy has left us. We've shared it on the pod.
Okay, so we're going to start with some icebreakers, right?
Yeah.
Do you
want to kick off with those? Because I think the one, so I basically have chosen one from a love package, which is...
You're going straight to the serious ones?
Yeah, well, this is it. Some of them have some light-hearted ones. I've just dipped in. I have not sifted through and chosen. I've literally gone, that's the one.
Okay.
So I don't know what we're about to talk about just yet. I know.
Well, the first icebreaker on my list was fart at your desk or in the bathroom. So
I'm sorry, what?
So I guess we're on different vibes today.
Just repeat that for me.
No, I didn't highlight it as one of them, but it's on the list. We can leave that because it's fine.
Actually, did you mean to do?
Yeah.
Listen, so first of all, that doesn't happen in my house, right? And also, it especially doesn't happen when someone else is here and they are.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So when I'm on my own, though, wouldn't have had a problem. Probably would have made a noise. You would have just seen me go.
If you just stretch.
Just
Why is that? It's like, will it not come out if you don't need?
I think it's, for me, more about giving it space.
to breathe.
Because otherwise it's just like...
It gets caught in the
cheeks. And then the cloth. And then you're like... So, yeah.
And sometimes the air can go the wrong way.
I've never had that.
Oh, telling on myself. So, first question.
Yeah. I feel like mine are all going to be deep, so hopefully you've got some light-hearted ones.
Okay. What's the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning?
To check my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's more because I'm hoping it's a lot earlier than close to my alarm, so then I get the gift of more sleep, despite the fact that I'm like, I'm awake.
Oh, so your phone is your alarm?
Yes. Yeah. I know it's not good. I know it's not good. It is quite a relaxing alarm, so when it goes off, it's actually a piece of Mozart.
Of course it is.
So it really, and it's piano, so it just kind of gently sifts through my dreams. Yeah. I hate jarring ones. I'm like,
why do people do that to themselves? I swear I have PTSD from that alarm. I think everyone had that Bush or Casio alarm as a kid that just sounded like a war alarm. Like, don't come outside, bombs are dropping. It was just the worst way to wake up. So horrible. Yeah, my alarm is like chirping birds, and it literally just like eases me out of sleep because I can't start my day upset.
No, that's the jarring part, isn't it? If you're like ripped from the thing. So, yeah, so that tends to be my first thought is just, well, it's actually, please let me have much more time in bed. Effectively. What about yours?
God. Of late, my first thing is, why is my neck hurting? I'm not going to lie. The pillows I have at the moment are they're not the one. So my neck is effed. And every morning I'm just like, why?
Are they new? Have you invested in new?
They're new-ish, but they're not great. So I need to get some proper memory foam pillows.
It's difficult though, because most places, so I hate to name drop, but Dunelm, I was in there the other day and I bought myself a new pillow because I'm fussy about my pillows when I'm sleeping. I don't like flat pillows. I like a bit of support, but also I'm very conscious you can't have your head like tilted.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went in there, I got myself a pillow. I'd read the reviews and it was like the best pillow for side sleepers. And it's firm and all of this jazz. I got to the till and they were like, just so you know, you can't return any bedding goods. And I was like, but what if like, what if I don't like it? What if it doesn't suit? And I was just like, tough, basically.
Figure it out.
So I'm going to have to, I'll spend, I don't know, £25 on this one pillow. And now I'm going to have to, if it doesn't work for me, I have to buy another one, which I've had it for about 3 weeks. And actually, I'm not getting on with it.
Oh, no. See, the best pillow that I've slept on recently was the ones that were at the hotel at that spa that we went to.
Ooh.
Those ones, my head just like sank into, but at the same time, there was enough support. It was amazing.
Saying that though, that was one night.
But you know when your head hits the pillow though, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Same as
I feel
like, you just know.
You know, like these, what are they called? I don't know, Emma's or Lisa's, the mattresses where you can get the 100-day trial period.
The memory,
You kind of need that for pillows as well, because if after a while, like when you first buy them, they're all puffed up and lovely and just like into them, and then after a while they're just closer and closer and closer to the mattress.
Oh no. Yeah, they're so. I don't know, but it's just the vein of my existence at the moment. So that's the first thing I think of.
I think it's time to invest in it. That's probably my second thought, as my back, my
all the aches.
The rest of the bones start going, oh, we're waking up.
Next one. Would you rather have more time or more money?
Caveat for that. More time in life or just more time in my day?
Let's bring it in. More time in the day.
More money.
Same. I said more money because that would afford me more time.
Yeah.
Being able to do the things.
I know.
All right, should we do one more? What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, this is very but if you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That is actually a toughie.
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I do think so. It's got to be kind of like a blah type of meal. Like, if it's like your favorite thing, then I feel like very quickly it's just going to become the worst thing ever. If it's just like one of those middle of the road type of meals, then I think there's more durability there.
Do you think?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what's a blah type of meal.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fill you with joy. You don't have to force it down. It's just middle of the road.
I think mine's going to have to be buttery couscous, Mediterranean vegetables, and salmon. Yeah.
Salmon forever.
I know, but I'd rather have fish than meat forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on the vegetables. I would do roasted with like balsamic vinegar, olive oil.
Oh, that's how I cook my Mediterranean.
Is that how you do that? Okay. Yeah. So I'm with you
in
there.
In the oven.
And maybe... Oh, God, I don't know. What do I normally have with that? Some sort of fish as well. Usually mackerel or prawns. Kind of light, easy to go down.
And they're good for you as well. Because I was thinking chicken. I was thinking like doing the jerk coconut chicken.
The chicken. It's been a while. I think
I'm actually having that tonight.
I've been a since I've had it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I was thinking I really like broccoli. This is such a random conversation. I really like tender stem broccoli, but could I have that every day? Can you imagine the first question you asked? Could you imagine the smell if that was my everyday meal?
Okay.
That's like green juice. Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's okay.
I just thought about that. Anyway, that means that we can just straight on to quick things.
Yeah.
So, there are different categories to these cards. Family baggage, you as a partner, attachment, the start of relationships, sex, fidelity, relationship management, maintenance, and rouse. So the one I have randomly picked up is about sex.
Of course. I have no... It's been 84 years.
Okay, so this one is, what scares you about sex?
Oh, like most things, it's just the complete vulnerability of it all. Like, I do not like to be embarrassed. I do not handle embarrassment well at all. I will run very far, very fast any other direction if there's even the slightest chance that I'll be embarrassed. And I guess, getting to know someone that way again for the first, it's just awkward, isn't it? It's just awkward. If we're talking about first time experiences. Anyway, what was the question? What scares you about it?
Yeah.
I'm probably getting pregnant because I'm having no more children. So, yeah. What do these cheeks look like? And please don't let me have any more kids. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a shame that an act that can be incredibly fun and can be intimate in the sense that you are connecting with another person, like physically, yeah, but also I feel like it has the power emotionally,
absolutely,
as well. It's a shame that for us that there are much more serious consequences of that action. I wonder if men would have as much sex so frivolously.
No. Even before you finish, 1,000 times no. If they were the ones,
because technically pregnant, they do, but they don't. Yeah.
I just feel like it's so much more of a choice for them. Like, do I? Don't I?
Yeah,
like
tonight.
Just before I pop out, sure. But the consequence lays with us heavily in that degree. So,
I feel like that takes away from some of the enjoyment sometimes, like just,
that whisper, are you going to catch the bullet this time?
But I've got to deal with all that crap.
Forever.
That turned serious real quick. Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Do you have time?
So the next one, though, comes from a completely different deck. So that was from the love group. Okay. This one's just from 100 questions. So the categories are slightly different. Love and relationships, sex again, personality and emotions, self, family and friendships, culture and taste, money and work, travel, life and death. So again, I've chosen this one completely at random. And the category that's come out is family and friendships.
Cute.
What do you know about your distant ancestors beyond your great-grandparents?
Oh my God. See, instantly I can hear my mum in my ears now, because for the last maybe 5 years, she's been doing our ancestry tree. And it's actually pretty amazing to kind of see how far back she's been able to go and who she's been able to find. But I swear, like, every time I talk to her, she'll be like, oh, I've just found our cousin from... And I can just about remember my own name sometimes. Like, when she's telling me, like, this person's name and how they fit in, I have to, like, visualize this tree and, like, it just, you know that meme when you've got the person trying to, like, figure out long division and you just got all the
and it's going all over the place.
That is what it feels like. So even though she's been telling me a lot of stuff for a very long time, I kind of still don't, I kind of just black out a little bit. I don't really know. That's not great.
Well, maybe this is just a little kind of sign you need to pay more attention.
Yeah, it's just difficult for me, I'm a very visual person, so if I've not met people before, it's just kind of hard for the information to really sink in.
Yeah.
And I guess because I'm getting the information secondhand as well, and quite a lot of it, frequently, it's just all a jumble.
Yeah.
It doesn't really kind of make sense to me. It's just like, this is the cousin from here, this is the cousin from there. It just, I don't know.
Has she actually created a visual, like, tree?
Yeah. But even then, when you see it, I mean, it's great, but I don't know. Because my family interactions are generally with the same sort of 10, 15 people, I'm obviously really close with them. There's deep connections there, lots of history. It's hard to kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not kind of see where the rest fit in, but I guess it's just hard to connect with it. So it's like, it's almost like a fun fact. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then away I go,
Yeah.
You know? But it's hard for, like, the information to kind of really deep in. Where I guess if I was to meet one of them or a group, and actually kind of, like, have in-person conversations and stuff like that, it'd probably hit differently.
Yeah. I love, well, not that, I don't know what would come out of it, but something like, you know, that show, Who Do You Think You Are? I think that would be quite cool as a way of learning about your ancestry, because they slowly go into people's lives and find out about that particular person. So then you can, you know, then you're asking questions about traits that you might have in common. Like, you might hear their story and think, God, they have gone through so much and we're still fighting towards the end and are still loving and all of this. And then you can reflect on yourself and think, maybe that runs in the family.
It is pretty cool. I mean, she's definitely told me some stories, but unfortunately they've just been more sad and gruesome than, like, inspiring, you know, just people being killed and double-crossed, and it's just like, oh.
Where's the joy? Where's the love? Where's the energy?
I know. And, you know, I just feel like I won't go as far back to say ancestors, but a lot of our elders, their way of life then, I just feel like it was very secretive. So I feel like the older, like, grandparents and their parents, this could just be down to personal experience, but I feel like they are the most judgmental generation. However, the most scandalous. You know, they have, like, all of the stories, all of the skeletons in the cupboard, and she just kind of uncovered, you know, like, secret children and secret families, and it's just like, wow, people just really out, just crop dusting.
Sowing that seed, for sure.
Terrible.
Interesting. Well, that's something I didn't know about you.
Ta-da!
Yay! Until next time on to be confirmed.
Yes. All right, let's come out of this. Do you want to get back into Teams real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
See you in there.
I'm going to pee too. Be right back.
Oh, God. Okay. Bye.